Finlayson, Blitzars double-handed down to Dangerfield, got his arms free, handball but to Houston. Finlayson rolls it, the chaos ball to Powell-Pepper, he wheels and goes for home. SPP with a bit of DIY.
Opening bounce, if for a half forward to try and find some footy these days is hard work, but he just keeps presenting. He's had the, what's he getting now, the 9 possession. He's taken 5 marks, so all of them uncontested. So he has been the one that's been prepared to push up and then work back, and on this instance was able to get on the end of this. What is not a beautiful kick from Jeremy Finlayson, but the conversion was outstanding.
Had a sensational year, probably in their top 3.
11 seconds to steal this one. They've got the dominant ruck. Witts to Rankin, no free. Amon to Houston. Seconds tick. Powell-Pepper, he fumbled it, but it's over surely. Siren sounds. One of the all-time great AFL rounds finishes with a classic.
Noble, Butters, stripped back to Bergman. Can't get away. Brilliant tackle, Quainer. Brought him to ground. Umpire says play on. Now Butters from right on 50. Sends it deep and sends it all the way. Loves everything about it. Port have got 2 in a row.
We've seen a couple of those that, to the eye, look like they're legitimate, 100% free kick.
McEntee, the hands utilised pretty well here for Port. One more for Burgoyne. Is he close enough? From long range, the open goal square. And Jase Burgoyne salutes. This is some game now.
Lead turnover, so they then transition the ball. I mean, Jase looks so comfortable, only in his 6th game. But how smooth is this? 1-2, knows where the goals are. It's been the story of the last 10 minutes. Port Adelaide have maintained the ball in their forward half, had really good, stable defence behind the ball to give themselves repeat opportunities.
He's launched that. That's out of here. Connor Rozee with a bomb. In that spot, do you reckon the umpire would have given it to him?
No. Yet he's had the journey. Yeah. That's now his 3rd consecutive week. He's kicked multiple goals.
Heaney caught. Darcy Burnt-Jones weaves his way through the traffic, got a little nudge on the kick and cut off by Blakey.
So the question is, who responds for Sydney? How do they come out of this? It's the hardest thing in footy to do when you're in a malaise, you're getting absolutely torched by the opposition who are playing unbelievably good footy.
Bonner, it's followed him all afternoon and he drives that home with a monster. Swans at breaking stride.
Swans who would appear to be still on the bye.
They just can't get their hands on the ball.
Slip and slide and handball. Farrell, that powerful left foot, sends it. Rozee lifts. Oh, the climb of his life. He takes the mark at the top of the goal square.
That's what he can do. Yeah, it's a wonderful mark, isn't it? It's a classic AFL mark. Rise up high, knee on the shoulder of the opponent. It was a perfectly weighted kick too from Farrell, I think it was, driving it in. On one leg, he's a beauty.
Foolishly landed on both feet, though. He just needed to crash to ground.
Fantastic mark. But I mean, even the pick up from Butters to get that play and get the handball out to Farrell.
He gets some ball wide. Bouncing ball for Gray. Can he stop it before the boundary line? Can. Normally good here. Gray settles, kicks, minus score. Is that enough? Now being called to play on. He's decided to go short, and Port Adelaide, they trailed for most of this game. They've come from behind. A thriller in Cairns.
Drew. Maybe Houston again. He's had a few pings tonight. He skirts the perimeter outside 50. He goes long. Kick looks good. Kick looks brilliant. Houston fires back in a big way.
So we see Houston here lower his eyes and hits up Willem Drew. He doesn't want to bomb it. And Riley Bonner runs past with handball receives, draw a defender, and then we give it back to Houston. And Houston, then Bonner wraps around and gives him the block and knows his teammate can kick the distance, which he does. So good teamwork there from...
Ball drops short. Connor didn't really read it. Taylor Marshall, and it gets to Gray. There's Farrell. He's a beautiful left foot kick. He's kicked one. He's now got two. And that's a finish and a half.
It looks like Port Adelaide had some really good coverage out there. Put a lot of pressure onto O'Connor. So then when you go back inside 50, you're going to have spare players. So I don't think Chris got to be that happy with that choice from Stewart.
Gee, they trust Farrell, don't they? The second time he's got the dinky hand pass from a teammate and banged it home from 50.
I mean, he hardly even followed through as well.
And they need Finlayson to play big here.
Gets in front of Nankervis. Nankervis fists it back into the middle. Boat knew exactly where Rozee was. Can he find a target here? Lovely movement. Might just need to finish. Rozee after a shimmy. Drops it right in the square. Rolls it in the hole. And it's a 3-point game.
That one down the line. You can see there Finlay just gets a hand in, makes sure that he's not outmarked. And I've said he's butchered the ball for most of the night when he's looked for a play.
It was a goal for the Power. Just making a little run to start this final quarter. More inside 50s in Fremantle. And they put some scoreboard pressure on. Gray to Boat to Dixon, who kicked the last, and he's looking longer still. He'll roll and tumble, and the Power get two quick ones. There's life in Port Adelaide yet.
Firstly, the tap work, and then the follow-up. You look at that from the big man. And he's had a good couple of minutes, or not even a couple of minutes, probably a good 30 seconds, and it's allowing the Power to be back in this contest.
So from 40 points down to 21 points down, the Power. Umpire didn't pay him the mark. Hands to Burgoyne. Back inside 50. Will Georgiades go up? He does! He takes a monster! Shot from Georgiades!
Really, Dwayne, great call, great leap. That's just pure.
Finlayson. Power still a chance. Finlayson will go back into the pocket. Georgiades! Remarkable stuff! We've seen two enormous hangers.
Just two outstanding marks. I mean, did you sit back and watch, right?
That's a serious elevation.